So I was a entertainment management student at Bay State College. Got my bachelor's degree there. My first year, I was more focused on socializing than I was on my academics or being involved. However, luckily, I found myself surrounded by a lot of students who were pretty heavily involved towards the end of my first year. Which led to my involvement with the Residence Hall Association, Student Government Association, becoming a peer mentor, and eventually becoming an RA for the last 2 years there. It wasn't until probably towards the end of my junior year of my undergrad that I started to think about a career in student affairs. At the time, I wasn't really considering residence life. I was thinking more about student activities, student involvement. Of course, I was an RA for 2 years. I began to think more and more about at least beginning my career in student affairs through residence life when I started applying for graduate schools and higher ed programs. I decided that I wanted to be a resident director throughout my graduate experience. And so that's when I thought about becoming a resident director. And even then I figured, I'd just be a resident director for the 2 years, get my master's, and then move on. But throughout my experience at Fisher, I've became more interested in pursuing a longer career in residence life. So I recommend this field to anyone that is interested in psychology, counseling, student development, certain traits that professionals in this field would need. Given that you have the proper credentials, you have the proper education experience, it's not a difficult field to get into. It's just it's difficult to find the right fit. Depends on what your personal needs are, what your ideals are. So are you interested in working at a Catholic institution, or are you interested in working at a not-for-profit institution? Are you interested in working at a research institution, or liberal arts, or HBCU? So where I see myself in the next 3 years, ideally, I would like to stay in residence life. I am open to student activities, student involvement, be in res life in a live-on position for the next 4 to 5 years. Because I haven't been able to gain residence life experience at a larger university, I am aiming to become a resident director at a larger university, preferably in the range of 15 to 30,000 students.